So is this yours?
Oh, yes, thank you so much,
Yes,
man.
you dropped
Appreciate
it, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Sorry. Thank you for getting it for me, too. I'm dropping my stuff. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. Oh, I gotta get out of the walkway, though. Oh, they just pulled up. That's right. I'm not even paying attention to my jacket. Sorry, in the way. I don't want to be in the way of anybody. So I guess this is, I don't know who this is. The son, possibly?
Hey, man.
My nose is itchy. Guys, just joining me. This is the Sean Diddy Combs end of the trial for day one. And I'm trying to get, I guess his son is coming in, I think, because I haven't seen him come out yet. So that's probably who's going to come out. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is the van. That's the bodyguard in there. Got the white sweater shirt on, and then this is, I don't know who's coming out, but I guess, like I said, I go where people run. Oh, he's pulling up this way. Oops, sorry. He's maneuvering. I think we're in the way too. Oh, he's coming out this way. Oops, sorry. Oops, sorry. Sorry, man. I'll go this way. Sorry, excuse me.
We're like beast to hunt.
Let's go this way. Oh, he's pulling up this way, it looks like. Let's go all the way over here. I'm following the guys with the cameras. They know more than I do. Let's go this way. Here we go. That's a good spot. All right, guys.
I'm going to move, please. Thank you.
I don't want to get in the way of nobody, so I'm going to try to stand right here. Looks like they're going right here. Oh, I got a good view then. All right, I'll stay right here.
In fact, the judge said maybe he needs time to get into the spots.
I'm not sure who that is, but interviewing her, whoever it is.
To put him up first, to cross, it's surprising. Are you playing?
All right, guys, here comes somebody.
Clear this area now. We're going to do a press conference. Step outside.
Oh, it's not they're coming out.
Keep aside. Keep aside.
Okay, so we step out.
Keep aside. Keep aside. You doing that?
Press conference? Oh, okay. Oh, a press conference. Awesome.
How you doing?
I need you guys to get behind the bar.
She looks familiar for some reason.
No, but
You don't have to touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
you back up.
I'm about to push everything.
Yeah, just stay right here. He's trying to come out. Yo.
This is crazy, guys. I've never been this close to this kind of stuff. Total pandemonium here.
So yourself.
I don't know where I'm waiting.
Listen, everybody, we're going to work together. I know everybody wants their shot, but we got to act civil, okay? Thank you.
Got it. Guys, welcome. Just joining me. This is the Sean Diddy Combs first day trial. And I'm not sure who we're waiting for.
All day.
I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm here. Thank you guys for joining me. Marty, what's going on, Marty?
What's up?
Are you down here? Are you down here, Marty?
Put on the floor. Put on the floor. Can't go any further.
No, put on the floor. On the floor. Yeah, put on the floor right there. Put on the floor right there.
Fit.
Yeah, no, let you move it. Move it outside, bro. Like this. Like this. No. Oh, sorry, bro. I'm trying to get out of the way.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, move right there. Yeah, put it right there, bro.
All right.
Yeah, so tell me get in.
Excuse me.
Good. Get in front of me. Sorry.
Watch the bag, you're scraping the car. Watch the bag, brother, you're scraping the car.
Wow, this is crazy. You guys do this for a living, huh? This is nuts. It's my first time ever, and it's just craziness. Oh, here's everybody else. Oh, they're already gone. Wait, that's a different van? Oh, that's his son right there. There he is. There's his son right there.
Yo, King!
You can tell he looks like his father. Oops, sorry. Definitely tell looks like his father.
Yo, King, we love you, bro.
How you doing, man? Good?
There's the whole family.
We love you, Misa. We love you. Bless you, Misa.
How was the whole thing, man? Everything's good?
Lucci, salute, brother.
Not familiar with
Salute, bro. I'm holler at you, bro.
So how's Diddy doing, man? He looks good?
God bless you.
Gloria.
I'm gonna have to get in this door right here.
How Puff doing, man? He's doing good?
I'm happy.
Is he in good
get in the
spirit?
door, man. Back up, back up. I need you to back up.
Is he in good spirit, guys? Come on. Y'all let us know. We the fan. How's he doing? Is he good spirit? Smiles? Professional was out here, yo.
To the family.
All right, guys. Looks like everybody's in. Say bye for day one. That's it. They're all inside. Beautiful van.
Thank you.
Wow.
You'll be here tomorrow.
He looks familiar. Who's that?
Gloria.
Oh, okay. Not sure who she is, but it looks really familiar to me for some reason. Maybe she does like Spanish news or something like that. Ooh. The Gloria who? I'm sorry. Who is that? Gloria Allred. Oh, okay. And who's that? What does she do? Ooh, it's so noisy here. Gloria? I'm not sure who that is. Hi, Gloria.
Gloria, what's your temperament with this case? What is that? You think it's going to go Diddy's way or?
It's too early to know.
It's too early?
Way too early. First day.
I don't want to predict what a jury will do because you never know.
You never know.
And I think it's disrespectful to
Is he in good
predict what a jury will do because we can't know and they haven't heard all the evidence.
Okay, well, you're a legend in the game, and we respect you. Thanks for showing up today again.
Well,
So
thank
tell me
you.
how Sean.
Thank you.
Tell me how he looks. How he looks. Is he in good health?
I thought he was
Sean did he go good health, like smiles and all?
I don't know.
smiling. I was in the courtroom.
Okay, good.
Smiling.
Okay, good. So
Pretty, very serious charges. So,
But still smiling.
yeah, I mean, well, we're more concerned about how he,
I'm sure he's glad that his family is here. That's all I can
Absolutely,
say.
man.
Supporting.
Hey, you're a legend. You're a legend. You know, what I mean, we always uphold that. You're a legend.
I hope that's a good thing.
No, that's
Sorry
good.
about
That's
you.
good.
Nice to meet you, by the way.
Your name?
Oh, yeah. Hakeem, I was just wondering, don't want to get too invasive, but I was wondering, what are your anticipations for this trial, if you don't mind? I don't want to take too long, but
What are my anticipations?
yeah, like, what do you think is going to be the outcome based off of
I
everything that's
never
going
predict
on?
an outcome because this is supposed to be an 8-week trial. He's entitled to a fair trial, but the persons who allege they are victims are also entitled to a fair trial.
Yes, you're right.
So we'll just wait and see what justice is because it's going to be based on, or should be based on, the evidence that's admitted in the courtroom,
Yes.
nothing else. Not everything is going to be admitted that you may have seen on television. And more may be admitted that you never saw streaming or on television or in the newspaper or heard about in the radio. So I would say everybody should be cautious. He enjoys what we call a presumption of innocence, unless and until he's proven guilty in a court of law. But that's just a presumption. It doesn't mean he is guilty. It doesn't mean he is innocent. It just means that it's the government's burden to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt, which is the highest burden in the court of law, because his liberty is at stake. And if he is convicted, he will be sentenced to many years in prison, depending on what he's convicted of.
What will your assumption be? 15, 20 years, 10 years?
There's no assumption. It depends on which crime or crimes he is convicted of.
What was your take on the defense's themes today?
So nobody can guess because if he's not convicted, he's not going to be sentenced.
Gloria, off topic, your daughter's representing one of Kanye West's victims. Do you think that trial's ever going to happen? Because I know that
Kanye West?
Yeah, your daughter Lisa is.
I'm familiar with him.
Yeah, how do you feel about that trial?
I was there when she was born, but go ahead.
How do you feel about that trial? I mean, no one's talking about it, but it's quite serious, the allegations. And she made a video showing all the tweets that were him admitting to some of the...
Yeah, well, Kanye West is very familiar with me. We settled a case a week before our trial was scheduled against Kanye West.
I guess this is just letting the
Pardon me?
How do you think
You're in the middle of
proceedings
the
went
road.
today?
Want to come down? Come off that road,
She's
please.
amazing. She's amazing.
Listen, don't make me turn up in front of this courthouse.
Defense's theme is
She's amazing.
they're going to own the domestic violence. That's what they're doing because there's no defense. We all saw the video. I mean, what possible defense could anybody
Well, he's not
think
being
of?
charged for domestic violence.
Well, that's their point. Their point is domestic violence. That's a state crime. That's not what the feds
Let's get on the sidewalk. It's not safe.
prosecute for. They're
Watch your step. Please make her watch your step.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
Has the prosecution got a good case here, Gloria? Has the prosecution got a good case here, do you think?
Well, they think they do. And they have a number of indictments, and they have a superseding indictment. They have another number of persons that they allege to be victims who are going to be testifying. So, you know, the argument that the prosecution made today and the argument that the defense made, neither of those are evidence. It's just kind of an outline of what they're going to be arguing in this case, what they're going to be trying to show as evidence.
What's the strongest element for the prosecution's case, do you think?
It depends because they're alleging a number of different crimes. They're alleging racketeering, for example, and under that they're seeking to prove also kidnapping, sex trafficking, drugs. Essentially, that his business was a criminal enterprise, and the job of the criminal enterprise, in addition to doing the business and the records and so forth, was to provide him with women with whom he would have sex, and also, they argue, sex trafficking. Sex trafficking is a very, very serious crime. You'll observe that there was sex trafficking in many other federal trials. For example, R. Kelly, sex trafficking. And I represented a number of victims who testified in the R. Kelly case. He's in prison, and the Court of Appeals affirmed his conviction. So he's in prison for a long time, unless and until the Supreme Court decides to take his case. So, which that doesn't happen in every case. So this is a serious case. It's not just about domestic violence. If they can prove he's using his business enterprise to sex traffic women, and also engage them in forced labor, that's very serious. So let me just say, my experience with federal prosecutions is they don't prosecute minor offenses. But sex trafficking is what they do. Racketeering is what they do and have charged here. And so I think everybody should just not try to predict what a jury will do. The jury only heard 2 witnesses today. There are many more to come. The defense has an opportunity to present defense witnesses as well. So, defense previewed what they're going to do. They're going to say, these were adult women who had choices. They weren't being controlled by Sean Diddy Combs. They made their own choices. Of course, the other side of the argument is how can women, if they're controlled, if acts of violence are being committed against them, if they are threatened, if they are beaten, how can you argue with making a voluntary choice to engage in sex with a number of men, to be videoed, pornography, all of that? So that's what the challenge is going to be in this case. And we'll see. They're, of course, going to argue defense. They've argued, well, some of these victims, all of these alleged victims, are going to testify engaged in civil lawsuits. So they have a motive, bias to gain money. But that's, I think, not an argument that juries should buy in any case. I mean, they have a right to, but first of all, every person who is a victim has a right to file a civil lawsuit to seek compensation. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? And if they didn't file a civil lawsuit, well, and they just testified in this court of law, then the defense would probably try to find a different argument as to this is about showing bias. They have a right to try to show bias. But again, we'll have to see what the evidence is. He's entitled to a presumption of innocence unless and until he's proven guilty in a court of law beyond a reasonable doubt. We don't know at this point what the defense is going to have. It looked to me that Mr. Combs had over 10 defense lawyers in the courtroom. That's kind of a small army of defense lawyers, and we don't know if all of them are even there. He may have more, somewhere else in an office working on his case.
That's millions and millions of dollars.
He's a wealthy man. His future is at stake, and he can spend whatever he wants on lawyers, but that's a large number of lawyers in the courtroom, so we'll see what they can do.
How do you feel this first day?
And they had a woman defense lawyer giving the opening statement for the defense in the same way that the prosecution, which is an all-woman, I might add, extremely experienced defense team. Because they have, I know some of them in terms of having dealt with them, and I know that they're very experienced and have dealt with other very high-profile sex trafficking cases. That doesn't mean this is one. This is the allegation. This is the theory. It's part of the theory. More to it than that. So we'll see.
Thank you, Gloria. That was
Gloria, how do you think about the defense team that everything was done consensual?
Well, yeah, as I said, I mean, that's the argument. And that's generally the argument. But again, there's a differential in power. And they did admit that he is a person who controls. He is a person who has an anger issue, especially when he's under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
They're going to try to say that.
That, of course, is not a defense to hitting a woman. It's not a defense to sex trafficking if they can prove it. So we'll see. Obviously, and what defense attorneys usually try to do is paint their client as the true victim, that the government is overreaching.
They were trying to,
and we'll see. We'll see what the jury thinks.
They were trying to pin it on the escort, saying he engaged in prostitution. He was supposed to just be promoting a sex company. Did you guys pick up on that?
Well, yeah, they're trying to. Of course, any witness for the prosecution is going to be cross-examined by the defense. It's going to be attacked by the defense. And they'll try to show inconsistent statements. They'll try to show that their observations perhaps were faulty, that maybe they'll test the credibility of the witness. They'll accuse them of bias. There are many, many ways to attack a witness.
They deflected it onto the witnesses today. All the witnesses became the criminals in the defense's eyes. That's what I noticed.
Well,
are we going to see that?
The prosecution essentially is trying to show that Sean Diddy Combs' business is the criminal enterprise. No, this is a different world than many people live in, but there are people who live in this world, and so we'll see if crimes are committed.
How significant is this trial in the broader Me Too?
Pardon me?
How significant is this trial in the broader Me Too movement?
Well, I mean, people keep saying to me, that the Me Too movement is dead. I don't know why they say that. There's no evidence of that. And I'd say to the contrary, it's alive and well, and living in this country and in many countries around the world. I mean, look at the victims who had the courage to come forward against R. Kelly. And there are persons here who allege they are victims who are coming forward against Sean Diddy Combs. That takes an enormous amount of courage, especially because so many of them are living in fear. And on top of that, there are many, many confidential settlements that you don't know about, but I do because I do them. And I've done more than 1,000 since I've been practicing law. So those are confidential without a lawsuit. And there are many people doing them because they do want their privacy, but they also want accountability from the perpetrators of the wrong against them. So obviously, women are coming forward. They're just not going to be silenced anymore if they believe that they have been the victims of injustice by rich, powerful, famous men.
Gloria, are you representing anybody in this case?
No, I have 2 civil lawsuits.
Okay. Against Mr. Combs?
Yes. I'll have more to say some months from now.
That's fine.
Reference to others.
Can I ask you one question? In relation to Cassie going to testify this week, set to testify, right? With Cassie testifying, supposedly, right?
Maybe tomorrow.
Right, maybe tomorrow, right? With her being pregnant, what do you think that does for the optics? How do you feel about with her being pregnant and her story? What do you think that's going to play with the jury? And do you think that is her in the defense, or do you think? What do you think?
I think a lot of. I think how the defense approaches that, because they're going to want to discredit her. They're going to want to, cast her in a light not favorable to her. They're going to suggest that this is all her choice, that she wanted to do it, that she wanted a career, that she was willing to have sex in order to get the career, and that she was not being forced to do anything, and that she kept going back. It was a long relationship, and so forth.
How do you feel about Kanye
That
West?
is, part of their argument. He's not a nice guy, which is essentially what they said in their argument this morning. But he didn't commit federal crimes. That's what he's doing. She's a key witness, and there'll be a lot of examination about that video and more. So we'll see.
I appreciate your time. Appreciate your time.
He enjoys the presumption of innocence.
Yes.
But that's just a presumption, unless and until he's proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt by the jury in court. Okay, thank you.
You look great. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not bad. Thank you.
Be safe.
Oh, you still have business cards? I'm Linda Lopez, by the way. I'm a digital girl.
Pardon me?
I'm a digital girl.
I know. I should put it on my.
You need a QR code.
She said you need what? Y'all go. She do the old school stuff. She do the old school stuff.
Can I get one of those too?
She do the old school stuff. She do a picture of that.
Do you have an extra card? No.
Take a picture of that. Yeah.
Lopez from Viva Records.
I should put them where?
I'm Linda Lopez from Viva Records. I started a record label in the
Oh,
Bronx.
you do.
And I did business with Sean Combs for sampling and stuff like that. But I have some other issues that I'm going to talk about. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Once you raise your hand up.
Oh, it's on.
Thank you so much.
All right. I gotta go. Here we
I
go.
do want to talk to you more about Kanye's case later, if we have time.
Can I have one of those, Gloria?
Well,
because that case is, I follow, I'm a
Thank you.
journalist.
Thank you. I got Gloria's. Look, guys, I got our business card. Yes.
It's online supporting Diddy. My daughter's represented.
Well,
Thank you. This in a safe
That's
spot.
another day.
I'll let Lisa talk about it.
Oh, she did respond to that? Yeah.
Be safe, Gloria. Thank you so much.
I wanted to talk about Kanye. She said Lisa can talk about it. Who has her business card?
Guys, that
You
was
get
it.
it?
I got it.
Can I take a photo of that? Because I'm going to ask her to get me in touch with Lisa Bloom.
Oh, put it here. Keep it in a safe spot.
Can you take a photo of that, Bree?
Gloria Allred.
Photo of.
Of this business card.
Yeah, what's wrong with your phone?
I love how someone asked for her business card.
Are you still on live?
We got time. So yeah.
You doing TikTok or YouTube?
Live on Instagram.
Instagram.
You're on TikTok, though.
What
How's
are
that
you? Are
going?
you on TikTok?
It's crazy. I had like 7,000 earlier.
No shit. Follow me. Emily knows everything.
Oh, say it again.
Emily knows everything.
Okay.
The IG. We'll be here all week. I was in the
546.
courtroom today if you have any questions for me.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. No, I didn't want to get because I'm on live. I didn't want to give up my phone. So
If you want me to answer any questions.
that'd be amazing tomorrow. I plan on being here again tomorrow. Then thank you so much.
I'm gonna come in charge tomorrow.
No, I mean right now if you want to know anything.
Oh.
Today we were in the front row in the courtroom.
I'm not good at. I need to get used to this though. I'm not good at doing interviews.
TikToker?
Yeah, I am. I just started though.
Sorry,
so-
you don't have to ask me. I'll just call them.
Thank you. You keep talking.
Now that Gloria talked a lot, I feel like
I know. You asked some good questions though. You asked some
live.
good questions.
We've filmed me telling, so I can tell them at the same time.
Good. You want to do the mic?
Oh, sure.
You want to? Because
Sure.
I want to have it.
Oh, I'll just do this kind of situation. So, So today we were sitting 3 rows behind Sean Combs' family. That's the name he's going by now. He's not Puff Daddy. He's not Diddy. He's not Love. In court today, he's going by the birth name he was given, Sean Combs. Speaking of birth names, in walked his mother, and when Sean Combs saw his mother, he smiled immediately, said, "Hey, Mama," and then blew her a kiss before sitting down. Then there was a row of all of his kids. The second he walked into the courtroom, he made eye contact with those kids. He went like this, and then he gave them a heart. Then a few times in court today, he turned around and was nodding, and then Justin Combs was nodding, and for about 30 seconds, they were both just going like on beat. There was no music playing, but the beat to the relationship. Whatever, that was me trying to sound deep. But that's basically what happened. So the kids were also dancing in the hallways. It definitely felt like they are feeling like this is already a victory.
They're a bit relieved.
Everyone feels relieved.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that. Thank you so much. I think to Emily's point, I think there's been a clear line that there's going to be a lot of evidence about physical abuse and domestic abuse and maybe some wild sex. But as far as the charges in front of Sean Combs that are racketeering, that's trafficking, that is conspiring, I'm not sure that the evidence is going to point to those black and white facts that they're going to need to make the jury make those decisions. I think he's going to be walking out of here and going home.
I'm sorry, but the prosecution did terrible.
And I'm a big Maureen Comey fan. I'm a big fan of Maureen Comey. And listen, I've seen her in action before, and she impresses me all the time. And I know that she tries her hardest, but I think she's going to look back on this case and say, I think we wasted our time. And I want to know what the distraction is. Why are we pursuing something with such a large following and attracting so much attention if we know that there's not those black and white facts we're going to nail?
We don't have all the witnesses yet. There might be more evidence presented.
Sure. But I mean, the first witness was the man, the security guard who had the security footage of Cassie getting beat by Sean Combs, and he admitted, he's like, I had that. That was private security footage from my job, and I took that footage from my iPhone because my wife wouldn't believe me, and I showed my wife, and he was flip flopping on the details that he had given a few years ago when he was first giving his statements. And the second witness was a prostitute, a male stripper who had sex with them consensually, and Cassie handed him the cash. So it's interesting what they're setting up.
On your channel.
Big Apple Vibes.
Are you from New York?
Yeah, I live in the
Okay.
Bronx.
Okay, cool. Do you cover most trials?
Yeah, so what you say
You
is
have a
true.
lot of trials?
You say it's true that
I think so.
he may not be convicted for what Justin does.
Right. Once when I was researching this case before I arrived, I was like, I don't know if this evidence is going to add up, and it just seems so apparent so quickly.
I got the Twitch going because you never know about TikTok.
Yeah, I know. My TikTok keeps getting deleted. That's why I'm only on Instagram.
Can I give you your microphone back?
Oh, yeah,
That's really cool.
Yeah, yes, I love it. It was one of the first ones I got bought, so it'd be easy to.
And I'm Jaggish on Instagram.
Thank you.
J-A-G-G-Y.
All right.
Yes.
See the time, probably 50. Okay.
J-A-G-G-Y-I-S.
I mean, I truly care about.
Oh, look at this bike with the. That's cute.
What's your check?
That's cool. Look at
For SDWJ.
Oh, that's cool as hell.
SDWJ our channel.
I like this bike. That's cute.
So the question that you're trying to ask her was Kanye West,
Yeah,
right?
because his daughters represent, and Kanye's Diddy's only celebrity supporter saying free Diddy online, and if her daughter's representing Kanye, I want to know what she feels about the case coming out, because Lisa Bloom is representing his first sexual assault lawsuit. But she said, for some reason, Gloria wanted to talk about Diddy's case, even though she wasn't on a trial.
Exactly.
But she didn't want to talk about Kanye.
Right.
So
Oh, my water. Hold on, guys.
Since Kanye knows her well.
Yeah, that
Drop
was
my water.
I'm gonna have to
That's the one that's fun. I heard her say.
Yeah.
He knows me well, and that was
So
it.
sore.
Yeah.
She didn't want to put it in
I
front of
actually
that.
felt like she liked it, kind of.
Yeah, well, exactly. And I waited for her to respond on that, but she was like, okay.
Yeah, I thought.
So tomorrow gonna be a whole.
Right, nice bike, William. Right, I love it.
Kids seems like.
Are you going to report?
Nah. The kids seem to be more relieved though.
All right, guys.
The kids seem to be more relieved, so it got to be something good was said in there.
It's because the prosecution did awful. They did awful. So the kids looked really good. But you know what? They looked really nervous when they first walked in, but now they seem like they were dancing. When we took a break just now, they were dancing in the hallway singing. Quincy was going like this. I couldn't make out what song it was.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a Diddy song or what, but they were dancing by the bathroom. Yeah, but I also think the defense attorneys are making so much money that they're supposed to make the kids feel good. They're going up to the kids, hugging the kids. So it's interesting.
I'm gonna take off. Very nice meeting
Nice
you.
meeting you guys.
Yes, both of you guys.
Yeah.
You already in.
I'm gonna get some sleep for tomorrow, I guess. Be here early, so.
Now. Will you be
Like I've literally aged.
I'll be live. I'm gonna let her know again.
Jeez, I gotta go edit, home and edit. Thank you so much.
I gotta go home and write.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate the interviews. They're still here. Why are they still here, though? Are they waiting for a press conference? Is that what's going on? Maybe. Half of them are still here, but everybody's gone. I guess they're waiting for someone to come out and talk. I don't know. Or maybe they're editing. Guys, thank you so much for joining me this crazy Monday. My goodness. So we were live all day long, pretty much, at Sean Diddy Combs' first day on trial. And hi. You have a lot of opinions. You have a lot of Ashley, thank you so much for your help today. Have a lot of opinions on both sides, you know. So very, very curious to see where this goes. Very curious. I'm not really sure what else is happening tonight, but for me, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's really nothing else that's probably going to be said. I mean, she was inside there. She was able to get a first-hand opinion of what was being said inside the courtroom. She was able to see Sean Diddy, which is pretty cool. Got to see the family, so she had, you know, it's a first-hand experience. But I'm going to mosey on down the road because I'm exhausted, guys. I want to go home. I got some editing to do. I got some. Yes, thank you, guys. William came in. Thank you, William, for coming in, supporting me. All right. Hope you had fun along with me today. If you guys want to see beautiful scenery of Ecuador, follow my stepson, William SC. He was in the chat earlier. He might still be in there now. Follow. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are just too kind. Thank you all for the follows. I'm new to this, and I don't know what kind of questions to ask. I mean, I could probably do it if I had to. I found this to be fascinating. You know, journalism. I guess they call it journalism. This type of work is fascinating. I can see why it's kind of like it bites you. You know, I did this is the best live ever. Yes, it is, William. You're right. Absolutely 1,000% the best live I've ever done. But guys, this has been. Thank you so much for the nice to meet you, blonde. Do you think Diddy's guilty? Oh my God, look at that. Yes, 91%. No, only 8%. Jesus. I'm glad you're not the jury, guys, in my chat. Eee, I do too. I think he is too. But, like you said, they've got to prove that, you know, unfortunately. If there's any screw-ups, anything he did with the anything with the evidence, any of that stuff, if there's any screw-ups, then guess what? He might just walk. He might just walk. And that's how it works. It's crazy, but that's just how it works. Where it doesn't matter anymore if you're guilty or not. He does have a lot of power and money, so, you know, depends on how many people he can influence. Yeah, at least an 8-week trial, guys. At least an 8-week trial. But I'm going to get off here. I'm going to run to the bathroom for the close.